as we start moving into the back to school season, I've started putting together some packets and pamphlets and information, things that you guys will get, things that go to teachers, counselors, principals, students, parents, as we communicate what it is we're doing here at the martial arts school and why it's so important and valuable. And there are two things that I hear that concern me from time to time. One of them is when people want to categorize what we're doing as a sport. And of course it's physical, and of course it helps kids with their fitness, but what we do here is so much more than that. And hopefully this communicating will share at least one important idea about how this is so much more than just a sport. In addition to that, the other is, oh, it's violent. And again, people who have that idea haven't really seen what we do. So to illustrate that point, there are two things I want to share with you today. One is there's this report that was shared with me by another martial arts instructor. It's probably 7 or 8 years old now, but it's actually someone's doctoral thesis on how martial arts is an excellent alternative to pharmaceuticals for kids with attention problems. And the title actually is An Awesome Alternative to Drugs, Martial Arts Practice as Treatment for Children with ADD. And the author is Dr. Abida Ripley, who I haven't met personally. But there's some real clinical evidence about how this is not the same as maybe T-ball. And if you want a copy of this, they're certainly welcome for you, and my intention is to provide one of these at the very least for every counselor, teacher, and principal in the area. And again, if you can think of another good use for these, please let me know, because I'd love to share this information with people who can put it to use. The other thing I wanted to share, these other packets I was making, is this is sort of a brief introduction to our school program. And there are 3 categories of talks that I like to give in classroom environments. We can do one classroom at a time, grade levels, or whole schools. One is our bully stuff, stay away, walk away, get help, be assertive, stand your ground, and how to de-escalate aggressive behavior in a non-violent way for kids in a school environment where nobody has to touch anybody. Free program I do, all people have to do is ask. The second one is our anti-abduction program. Again, dangerous grown-ups, 5 kinds of dangerous people. What do we do if we get grabbed? And those of you who are associated with the school are very familiar with that. Children protect themselves with their minds. And so that's what we're trying to do, is educate kids to help keep them safe. And there's actually a case outside Lincoln Elementary where someone tried to talk a little girl into a car, and she did all the right things, didn't get in the car, kept herself safe, and that was several years ago. But she was one of the kids who participated in this program. So again, free program, all you got to do is ask. And the third one is our personal responsibility, the no excuses. And to me, that one seems personally important, because I think if we can convince children and adults really to take personal responsibility, if it goes right, it's me, if it goes wrong, it's me, that it solves so many of the other sort of lingering problems we have as a culture and as a community. So again, free talk, all people have to do is ask. I'd love to come out and do it for them. So again, the 2 things, packet about talks to groups of kids, teachers, etc., etc. If you want one, let me know. I'll be happy to give one to you to share with anyone who you think might benefit from that, church groups, scouts, anybody like that. And then there's also this doctoral thesis on how martial arts is great for kids who have attention problems. So again, thought I'd let you guys know what I was working on today. Remind you that martial arts is so much more than just a sport.